Recently on this channel, you might have seen that I've been talking about the Dark Age a lot. Not only am I nostalgic about it, but it just is a very interesting time period for Sonic. I made an entire video about the Dark Age as a whole. My Shadow character analysis video spent a lot of time in the Dark Age, but that time period just had so many interesting things spawn from it. The most notorious, of course, being Sonic 06, a game that a lot of people say is responsible for Sonic's bad image, the notorious glitches, overly complex storyline, weird moments, and of course, characters. This game has a lot of characters. You play as a lot of characters. In a game like Sonic Forces, yeah, they're characters, but they don't really have that much significance in not only the plot, but the gameplay. But in Sonic 06, not only are they in the game, you can play as almost all of them too. Aside from Sonic himself, the most notable character when you say Sonic 06 that you probably think of is Silver the Hedgehog. Introduced in that game, Silver is easily one of the most divisive Sonic characters of all time. You either love him or you hate him. There is no gray area in between with Silver. But why is this? Why is it when I go on a Sonic Christmas special, why is Silver such a punching bag? It's not a bad thing, it's just a general question. Today, we're here to find out why Silver the Hedgehog is so hated. As I stated earlier, Silver was introduced in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. I definitely don't think I need to give you guys the spiel on how this game is received, it's redundant, plus it's just another reminder that my favorite game of all time is just not very well liked. We're living in an era of extremes. Things can only be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever made nowadays, and that still was a thing back in 2006. While there are some level-headed people out there who could accept that there are good and bad things in bad things, but for the most part with Sonic 06, that was not the case, and Silver the Hedgehog was thrown in that bucket. But did he deserve that? Let's take a look at how he was handled in 06. Silver is from the future, approximately 200 years from present day where Sonic and everybody else lives. It's not a nice future, in fact, it's horrible, it's apocalyptic. Silver's in this constant battle with this eternal being called Iblis. Almost never being able to defeat it, he's extremely frustrated. That's when Mephiles, the main villain of Sonic 06, comes in and interferes with Silver's mindset. A couple reasons why Sonic fans might not be too keen on Silver's origin and purpose is that it's very similar to previous Sonic plots in the classic era. Knuckles, and in other media like comic books and TV shows, is easily manipulated by Eggman, he's extremely gullible, as well as apocalyptic futures and bad scenarios also happening in stuff like Sonic CD and Sonic SAT-AM. It's not a novel concept, so some people think it serves no purpose. Being told that Sonic is the Iblis trigger, he's sent in the past to go defeat Sonic, which is a different story element. It's set up as this futuristic bounty hunter going to kill Sonic for destroying his future. That sounds really cool. But the thing is, once when he gets there, he's automatically interrupted by none other than Amy, one of the most annoying and asinine characters in all of Sonic history. I'm sorry, please don't kill me. This of course launches you into gameplay, and Silver is objectively the worst character to play as in Sonic 06. He's slow, unfinished, the levels take very long, not to mention that he runs around the same hub worlds as Sonic, and they were built for Sonic, and Silver's very slow. Already being tangled up in a subplot with a very annoying character, having to play as that very annoying character is going to be, well, annoying. There are multiple occurrences where Silver and Sonic meet up and he's on the brink of dying. Yes, Sonic almost dies. Silver's going to kill him, but both times he's interrupted by either Amy or Shadow. It's just a tad monotonous. But the more significant time is when Shadow interrupts to save Sonic, because that launches us into the actual interesting part of Silver's story where they go on a time travel mission using chaos control.
And he also kicks Silver in the back of the fucking head.
This is inherently interesting as they try to stop Iblis from happening. Finding out more about the two main villains, of course being Mephiles and Iblis, it's finally a time where Silver is able to find some perspective and let go of this prejudice, if you will. Murder isn't always the solution, but the unfortunate thing with this is you already experienced this with Shadow. It serves more for Shadow than it does with Silver. Shadow's story is the best in 06, and his relationship with Mephiles is really what builds this part of the plot. You're basically just experiencing the Shadow story through Silver's eyes. Iblis is significantly less interesting. You don't care, he's a faceless villain. He's just this immortal monster. Having a change of heart, he decides to help Sonic. But I am glad that the writers at least acknowledge through Blaze that Silver is a very naive character. It's actually one of the more naive aspects of character development that I like. The character is wrong, they have a very large misunderstanding of a situation or a person, and are able to grow as a character, eventually understanding what is wrong with their character and fighting for a greater good or understanding. Silver's sudden turn, while yes it is sudden, doesn't serve no purpose. Helping Sonic with no apology. I'm sorry, but this dialogue is just not it. I mean, come on.
Circumstances have changed. I need to rescue the princess. Later, Nick.
His helping of Sonic is just not effective, with at least fucking dying. But using Chaos Control, they're able to send Sonic back in the past and go into the future to stop Iblis. They're able to defeat Iblis, but in order to finally get rid of him, they have to have a vessel to seal him forever. As a selfless act, Silver tries to use himself as the vessel. Unfortunately, it just doesn't work. Blaze sacrifices herself and the future is basically all good. While I do personally like the ending and I think it's good for Blaze's character, it served Silver almost no purpose in the story. Silver had to give up almost nothing, and in the final story, when Sonic is resurrected and everything, he once again almost serves no purpose aside from getting a Chaos Emerald and helping them defeat Solaris once and for all. Oh, and yeah, Iblis comes back, making Silver's story almost 100% pointless because 1. Iblis comes back, making the ending much less emotional. 2. Silver has almost nothing to do. It's not even acknowledged that Silver was on a giant mission to kill Sonic, and if his friends knew that, they would beat his ass, rendering him being there almost pointless. That is the big thing. Silver in Sonic 06 is almost pointless. It's cool. I like the idea of the time travel in the story. I think Silver looks cool. His powers are cool. His name is cool. But unlike a character like Shadow, who in every single game he was in, aside from his own game ironically, has a very confound arc in all of them, Silver just doesn't have that in this game. The biggest arc that Silver has is not wanting to kill Sonic anymore. Yeah, that's cool and all, but really? My main conspiracy for this is I think Sonic Team wanted to keep him around for sequels, not being stuck in the same trap they were with Shadow in previous games. I'm sure they were tempted to kill Silver, have a nice solid confound arc for him, but they wanted to keep him around for more games, but due to review scores that was not going to happen. I'm sure if there was a Sonic 06 2 or something like that, Silver's character would have been built upon much more and that would have been really cool, but as a standalone title, Silver, man, why? Learning to not kill and fighting for the greater good is cool, but it doesn't serve for a good story, and it doesn't help that the writing and depiction of Silver's character throughout this game is something that is oftenly associated with his character. Annoying.
No way!
Silver is kind of annoying in Sonic 06. I don't want to dig on this guy. I'm sure he's a really cool dude and I know almost nothing about him, and I'm sure this comes down to some of the direction because no human being talks like this.
I won't let anyone get in my way. I'll change the past and save the world!
Who the fuck is this nigga, bro?
Silver's voice is obnoxiously annoying. I swear to God, he sounds like every Alvin and the Chipmunks AMV song just deepened ever so slightly. It's laughable, and while I enjoy that, I love camp, it's just a little too much, and I can understand why people find Silver incredibly annoying. And I'd say that's a decent deep dive into who Silver is in Sonic 06. But can you believe that Sonic 06 was almost 15 years ago? But Silver became a fan favorite. People really liked Silver for reasons that I mentioned earlier. He has a cool design, his name's cool, he has some cool abilities, and the potential with him is almost endless since his character revolves around time travel. You could do so many awesome stories with this guy. So surely Sega would take some of the criticism that they got and build upon his character in a potential sequel or just a different game all. Silver has rarely ever been used in Sonic the Hedgehog media since his appearance in Sonic 06. Silver was not included in Sonic X as that show already probably stopped production once when Sonic 06 released, having that show's final episodes being aired that year. Sonic Boom was a reboot and they wanted to introduce characters bit by bit, having Vector and Shadow being the only characters from the previous Sonic franchise to be introduced in that franchise, so there was no opportunity for his character to grow in long-form storytelling. Silver's next main game appearance would be in Sonic Generations, where there's just a wordless boss fight and he cheers on Sonic. Then we wouldn't see him for another 6 whole years, where he just spouts a couple lines. I mean, he did get this line, which is pretty cool.
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist.
Ironically cool. And he did have something to do in the plot, kind of, not really, never mind. Silver is a character with so much potential. Seriously, he's just been mishandled. He hasn't been in any TV shows, which has not given him the opportunity to show his full potential. The movies are just starting up, and I guarantee you, Silver will never be in a Sonic the Hedgehog live-action CGI hybrid movie on the big screen. It's never gonna happen, guys, I'm sorry. He's not used in the games, and to be fair, the other characters aren't really used either. Except for Shadow. surprisingly. Silver got so much hate it was lumped in with the most notorious Sonic game of all time, that Sega just threw him in the back seat without even thinking about it. I mean, think about all the Silver merch that we've gotten since then. The new master toy partner for Sonic, Jack Pacific, hasn't released any Silver merch yet. The only thing we got from Tomy was a single plush, and Jazzwares did a couple things. You can tell where Sega's priorities are with characters, but Silver I think deserves that opportunity. It's just that Sega did not give him a nice happy bundle. Poorly received game, bad voice acting / direction, convoluted story, lack of an overall character and arc, and a lot of people just think Silver is kinda stupid. Some of the settings they stick Silver in, he kinda looks stupid. It's perfectly fine if you like Silver. If you guys like his story in 06 and that's your main reason, that's awesome, I'm happy for you. If you guys just like him because of his design and things that fan projects have done with him or comic books have done with him, that's also awesome. But for a lot of Sonic fans and a lot of casual audiences, they think Silver is pointless. He makes no sense. He convoluted the Sonic timeline. There's a lot of potential with this character that just hasn't been touched, and I'd say that hate contributes a lot towards it. Do I hate Silver? No. Do I think he deserves another chance? Yes. Will we get it? We'll have to wait and see, but as of right now, Silver is kind of pointless. Time will tell how things change and evolve, but all I gotta say, Sonic 06 is still the best game ever made. If you disagree with me, your opinion's objectively wrong. Okay, I win, bye-bye.
25, they said 25 on P on side, he just turned 18. Sun shining when they hit my cousin, it was like a month past MLK day. Sit some nights, I see him between the shadows and my smoke, man. God could watch me sin, he turned away from all my foes, man.
45, we got a 45, and I pray to God he don't bring him, man. Sunset and just another text, and that last MSA mean